Hey guys, so I got this job at this place called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. People were telling me to stay away from the animatronics, though. Not sure why. They seem pretty cool, actually. I thought that it would be fun to draw the FNAF 1 characters, because why not? So yeah, let's get into the video. I don't want this intro to be too long.
Dude, I swear if Freddy Fazbear tries to sell me insurance again, I'm gonna scream.
I drew Freddy first for reasons that I feel like should be obvious. And so for his, sketch, I actually gave him a much bulkier kind of look, much more like the actual animatronics in the game. But you'll see later that I decided to do away with that. I don't know why I decided to do that for the initial sketch, but don't worry, he doesn't look like he hits the gym in the final version. What I will say, however, is you might be able to tell how he's, clutching his stomach. I think it was meant to kind of look like the Spirit Halloween Freddy, but the thing is, I forgot to give him his microphone. I don't know if I forgot or if I just, didn't want to at the time. I don't know. I definitely should have given him his microphone. For his top hat, I actually gave him much less of, the fake looking top hat that the actual version has, and I gave it, a very kind of, puffy style. I kind of wanted to make it look like it was actually resting on his head instead of just, being screwed on there. So I'm pretty proud with how I did that. I am so unbelievably pleased with the colors I picked out for the top hat and bow tie. I think they look so good. On his body, yeah, sure, but not as good as the dark grays I chose for the top hat and bow tie. Also, in case you're curious, I accidentally said the dark grays I chose for Freddy instead of the dark grays I chose for the top hat and bow tie, so that's why it sounds re-recorded.
They sent people here, they sent people to work at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Great establishment.
For Bonnie, and also the rest of them, as you'll see later, I kind of traced over Freddy's head and stomach to do them. And for Bonnie's pose, I kind of wanted to make him look like he was kind of leaping in the air. And also, I decided to make him be, kind of throwing his arms up, like he's having a good time. I thought that would be cute. Also, I fixed that weird little, sixth finger he had. I don't know why I originally gave him that. I gave him buck teeth and eyes that are kind of looking in the opposite direction of his body. I really thought that was kind of, really cute. Also, I started making him purple before I decided to make him an indigo color, because an indigo is a purple and blue mixed together, so we can all be happy. And I went with the lighter indigo, which looks so much like purple, I swear. Seriously. I probably could have done a bit of a better job at making him look indigo instead of just purple or just blue, because he definitely looks purple, but, shh. Chica was probably, the second hardest to draw. I don't know why, she just was. I decided to give her, wings instead of normal animatronic hands that I gave the rest of them, which looks good for the right hand, but for the left hand that's holding up the cupcake, I don't like how it just squishes. I hate it, but I'm not redrawing it, so. Also, I gave her the same eyes as Bonnie, and also I forgot Mr. Cupcake's plate, but it's fine. I really do like how I drew Carl in this. I like it even better than how I drew Chica, honestly. I don't like her hair feathers, honestly. I think I did pretty bad at that. But I like how he's looking at Chica, even though she's not looking at him. It's kind of cute. What else is there to say about Chica? I didn't write "let's eat" on her bib. I actually don't know why I didn't. I just think it would have turned out ugly. But whatever, moving on to Foxy.
You're not Foxy.
Foxy is actually different from the others in the fact that he's not on the main stage. But he's also different from the others in my drawings because I gave him a side profile instead of facing forward. One, because I don't know how to draw his muzzle facing forward. And two, because I wanted to, show his hook off and make it look good. I don't know why I did. I wanted to make him look grumpy. Also, you might notice that I'm giving him an endoskeleton. Why him and not the others? Because his endoskeleton is showing. I thought that would be obvious. So, yeah. Also, I gave him, like, the actual shorts instead of, like, the painted-on part shorts, like in the movie. And now I'm just giving him the wear and tear that he has. I gave him eyes like how Bonnie and Chica have eyes, but instead of making him happy, I made him upset. He's also the only one that I actually dirty it up. He's actually probably one of my favorites, other than the fact that, like, his ears look off balance, and I don't like that. I'll probably have to fix that. But also, I like how you can kind of see his wires hanging off of his endoskeleton inside of him. That's actually pretty cool. So, yeah. But other than that, probably one of my favorites that I drew. I wish that I gave his endoskeletons outlines, like the gray parts, like his hands and feet, now that I think about it. But, you know, it's whatever. Also, I'm pretty sure that I gave his hook the same color as Freddy's hat and bow tie, which I like that. I like that.
You know what? That's a good idea. But too bad I'm not doing it because I hate that movie with all my heart.
Golden Freddy, Golden Freddy. Must we talk about the drawing process I had for Golden Freddy? I suppose we must. Even though he is just a simple recolor, I absolutely hated drawing him. You might be noticing the absolutely hideous pose I put him in. And that's because I couldn't figure out how to make him actually sit. So I just made him look like he was sitting on a porch swing with his legs across. Now, you might be able to notice that it looks hideous. And so can I. So, you know, I decided to redraw it. Thank the Lord in heaven up above. I just blessed your eyes with me erasing that thing. Yeah. I decided to just completely trace Freddy's body except for the arms. Speaking of the arms, I'm very proud of them. The way that I actually made them look like he was like holding himself up on the ground, I love. And I had to lengthen his legs because I made them a bit too short and stubby. I tilted his head a little bit, obviously. But I also decided to tilt his top hat, which I actually like a lot more than you might think I do. I thought that it would look a lot better if I just gave him soulless eyes without the white pupils, staring directly at you even though it can't, knowing what you did. Aside from that, I didn't give him a mouth because if I gave him his wide open gaping mouth, it would look bad. I originally gave him a dark purple bow tie to signify his originalness from Fredbear, but I decided to go against that, give him the normal black one, and then just instead of the red stripe, give him a purple stripe on his top hat. I like that. That's about all I have to say for this video. Thank you for watching, and the Q&A is coming soon. Goodbye!
But wait. Stay. I'm sure you wanted to know how they would look performing normally on their stage. Well, your wish is my command. I forced Orange to draw them performing. He said, but I'm tired. Spouting some Red Bull as if I would believe it. Obviously, I made him do it anyways. I love Orange's dear viewers too much to not fulfill their every command, regardless of how much it takes. Here is him making it darker. Here is him putting on the spotlight. He is so lazy. He literally reused his old drawings. Wow, no one will love you as much as me, viewers. That is it for now. Goodbye, my perfect, precious, penultimate partying patty cake princesses. Also, the credits to everyone we got the memes from are in the description. We aren't dirty, rotten, good-for-nothing content stealers.